Good evening. So I'm also trying to start up a TikTok live, but then with um, I don't know. So we are going to first have a couple of breathers ere the storm has arrived. So recorded some beautiful lightning. So actually, it's really nice to go outside or to look outside and watch the lightning. So I hope everybody is prepared for the storm and safe and aware. It's not going to be something severe, so but you just need to be aware so you will not be surprised. So we have some water. So when people observe the news, they are probably bombarded with negativity. So what good can we do? How kind can we express ourselves? So somebody was saying about the education system is not an education system for children. And he explained, well, how long do children go to school and how much homework or busy work to keep them busy? So yeah, I think the pressure on children should be lowered and the children should have a free education. And most important is that you give children education. Like in Japan, till 10 years old, they teach them how to behave, right? They teach them how to socialize with each other. And I think it's time for the West to implement that in their school system. What are we going to pay attention to? What are we going to pay attention to? I think it's really wrong to put so much pressure on children to keep them in school and to give them homework. I say no more homework, At home, you are going to play, yes, with other children. You interact with other children. Also, studies, scientists said that homework is not beneficial for anything. So, what can we do to repair the system? What can we do to repair trust in each other and stop being the individual and glorifying the individual because the individual is actually nothing. And how can I prove that? Well, the individual is a human, right? One human. Okay, but humanity is one. There is only one humanity, right? So there you go. One individual is nothing in all of humanity. So we need to glorify the group and the social connection with each other, with the people that and we build it around safety for children. So therefore, you need to put the psychopaths out the system if you want to repair the system. And globally, we see what the problem is with psychopaths on certain positions. So, could be a world with a functional spirit system or with a alternative system in use, and that is what the people need to choose themselves. But I think that, you know, indeed, we need a great awakening that people start to shift in their attention and not shift into their slave behavior of distraction, being a slave of the so humanity as one has a lot to learn how humanity as organism is functional on this planet in harmony with nature according to universal principles and laws. But who has studied that these days? This should actually be education and expected that people take the responsibility to be aware of it and study it at least. Yes. So some basic principles should be known by everyone. We actually should obligate ourselves to learn about that. So yeah, in sports, and it's not only because Rico Verhoeven is saying that becoming a better version of yourself. But yes, that's a goal to set every day, becoming a better version of yourself. So, in a ticker banner on YouTube, I called upon, let's say, all the people that believe or know that there is a source to let their heart speak to the world without fear, to spread that message. So, because I am not supporting any religion. It is any religion, any spiritual conviction of life. You are a shaman, a follower of a shaman, a Buddhist, a Roman Catholic, a Christian, a Muslim, a Buddhist, a Shintoist, a Satanist. I don't mind. But speak out that there is a source. Because a lot of new souls born on this planet are not aware, and some people do not need to be atheists, to be fair, or it's okay that they are atheists, they do not need to believe or know that there is a source. You know, to think that there is no source is actually sounding completely insane, don't you think? If you observe the infinity of the universe with all its millions galaxies, we are just one little planet in one galaxy. So yes, behavior, human behavior, you can observe, and I think that we should not allow ourselves to get so toxic. Yes, we should not say and allow certain things to happen. Yes, with force in duality. No, we should say force is outside the door. Duality is outside the door. We don't do that anymore. Discrimination outside the door. There are my standards or basic three standards to get acquainted with when you learn to know me. Discrimination outside the door, not here. So if you think you discriminate inside my house, there is the door, go away. You want to step in duality, there is the door, go away. You want to use force, there is go away. And we need to raise the norm. We need to apply standards and raise the norm. And we need to observe behavior that it is kind. So trauma is one source of negativity. Or you feel hurt, or you feel depressed, or you feel, anxious, you have that bad vibe, and you actually cannot take it anymore. You actually under so much stress and pressure that you are, and in a burnout, and on the verge of exploding. There's more and more people that I observe when I look in the eyes, they have that vibe like they are overworked, overstressed, and I do not know what's going on. But to release is very important. But there is something that needs to be done. And the thing that needs to be done is to take the responsibility to give attention to the right things, not be distracted and doom scrolling. And, I cut out all the gift possibilities and extra earnings. I'm not interested in that. Attention to the right thing is more valuable to the understanding and the growth of your own awareness. And when you grow in awareness, your observation of other humans is becoming more clearer of what we as a human being are. So to clear your mind and have positive thoughts and the determination capacity to observe human beings and their behavior, that is also where you can say, okay, I feel attracted to it now, but I know it's not too good. Maybe it's bad that is attracting me. So we need to go back to silence. We need to go back to the moment of ourselves to become fully aware of the reality of the moment now and what we are feeling attracted to. Yes, it could be a protest, but could that spark in violence? Yes. So the anger that could have been caused inside you was what the thing is. So your anger and your rage is becoming thoughts. And in these thoughts, you allow yourself to break something, to set something to fire, or to fight with the police or the other side. Yes. So anger is a to the violence. And if you allow that to yourself, when you become aware of it, you have a choice to say, "Oh no, no, no. What was I thinking? Let me be that peaceful man. Let me be that gentle lady." So yes, we had a period in time of gentlemen, and now it's actually not ladies first, but gentlemen first. But they are seeking gentle ladies. So a question to all that would like to see a different world is how do we as humanity become less barbaric? How do we do that? So, becoming aware that you are triggered into duality, you actually are forced to pick a side, to wave a flag. Well, let me tell you this: a flag is meant to show you which geographical location you are at. That's the purpose of the flag. The flag is not meant to wave for an opponent. So it's a little bit strange to wave a flag on a different geographical location. Like, I don't know, is this now also Germany? Or you get that thing that is happening in Ukraine where then the Russians planting a flag, then the Ukrainians planting a flag, and it does not look good over there. So peace on earth should get more attention. But yeah, we are observing too many keyboard warriors that do have no emotional control. I'm one of them. Sometimes, just to heat up the fire. No, I'm kidding, of course. So, yeah, we can produce more questions to come to more accurate opinions. And we can let our thoughts ripen with the attention to grow in awareness and to gain in wisdom. So, clarity is what we need because clarity is ending our emotion. And when you have found your emotional balance and you have found some peace of mind, some peace at heart, and you take it all in and you have found your inner peace, oh my God, it's one of the most underrated feelings a human being can experiencing, and I'm experiencing daily. But sometimes the flame of inner peace is like enraging. You know, if you hear people talk about their story, uh, how life is in Indonesia, for example. So let's pray, let's mind some beautiful thoughts and send them with positive light, healing, and loving intentions towards the places on this beautiful planet where peace is broken. And now it starts to rain because when peace is broken, heaven starts to cry and it starts to rain harder. We have a thunderstorm here at the moment with beautiful lightning, and the wind was pretty because this is the storm, tropical storm Iron, I believe, that hit the coast today, and now it's right there. And there are more systems to come. So Ireland and UK, oh my God, they have a lot of bad weather. Hopefully everybody is safe over there. So let's pray also for that, and let's pray that the storms are going to be mild and to become milder and milder. If enough people do that, storms might even disappear because that's how nature works on the highest level. And maybe scientists need to learn to say no and stop the weather manipulation, stop manipulating jet streams and sending them other directions because that is why we have this weather right now with this intensity. Yes. So the weather, like the hail, became more aggressive because the hail was growing during particles that were clustering more particles together, and the hail What did we call that hill? Luster Hill. Yeah, it's a phenomenon when you put aluminum in the sky. Yes, aluminum particles in the sky, and then you put a harp system on it to create a jet stream into the ionosphere. Yes, that is what the Harvard study said. It will come down because it's cooling down, but now it's not cooling down in the same distance. No, cooling down from the high distance. Eh? And then it goes all the way down, clustering and stuff. And that's how you accidentally create extra hail. Because that was not the side effect that they were searching for. But yeah, if we are continuously slave to distraction and we do not want to put our minds to mindful and no nonsense conversation, and that is really difficult here. So yeah, it is what it is. Eh? It is what it is. So if it's not there, it's not there. Huh? Oh, so I'm calling upon all of you beautiful folks. I'm going to close down because it's better with this weather. So I'm going to observe the beautiful lightning, the rain, and try to give it some divine light so it will calm down. And I wish you all a beautiful evening. Until next time, I am going into, yeah, see it all meditation, contemplation, thinking through my next step. And I think I'm going into that shining state, you know, maybe a little bit silent, my hands together, and thoughtful walking, spreading those light to around where I go, and then I will see what's going to start because I believe that anybody who respects source in their own way of religion or spiritual belief, they should join together now beyond their religion or conviction of life because source is life. So it's time to let that know, to talk about it, to have mindful discussions about it and not about outdated books. Eh? No need. Mindful. So you all agree the source is light. Spread light. Join together. Yes, it would be nice if there was a Christian, a Buddhist, and a Muslim, three together starting a project and together spreading that light of source. And it does not matter that the Buddhist says that my light of source is Buddha, or Christian light source is Jesus, Or the Muslim says right source is Allah. And if you know a little bit more about the last name given to Christ, how they created the religion, Christ and Allah put them together, Christalla. And if you know Christalla and the Merkaba, and you know the seal of Solomon, then you understand that you need to unite. You were divided. So, right, okay, you, every religion agrees about it. So, that's the line and do that with everybody together. Show your heart. Show each other how good and kind the religion has made you. Yes? How good of a person you are. Eh? You can say, I don't care if it's a Buddhist, give me a hug. So I would hug the Buddhist, I would hug the Muslim, I would hug the Christian, I would hug the Satanist. And I must say, Satanists like us, yes, or atheists. So why should I judge? Because oh, in the first it was like, oh, which religion, which religion? And you call one that is a little bit dark, which also has a church, and we are all humans with our own convictions of life. But how kind did our religion made us, and how good person that we have become? And can we show that to the world? To show our beautiful golden heart full of light to the world.